Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak into you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on, I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on. I can appreciate that. And for those who will be used, hey cousin, happy Monday to you. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Yes, 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 and yes. All right. So, what are we talking about today? Today. What are we talking about? Um, one of the best pieces of information that I've ever received. One of the best pieces of information. So, I am blessed in so many ways in my life. So many ways. So many ways that I can't even begin to tell you I'm blessed. But one way that I'm blessed is my spiritual life. And maybe I'll say my spiritual heritage, my spiritual um development experience, my spiritual lineage. I don't know. But I have been so blessed to have, I don't even have the words for my spiritual parents, apostles Bobby and Carolyn Bracy. Good morning, Coop Coop. Hey, Coop Coop. That's how me and Coop Coop met. Love you. Shiloh, the one and only Shiloh Deliverance Church International. Um, so this year we'll be celebrating our 38th anniversary, and I proudly was the first member outside of family members. Sorry, I was the first member, and I, it's been a blessing. Like my growth there, my anchoring there, my nurturing there. No, it's family. Like you know, yes. Um, and so I have so many phenomenal memories and experiences from our years there. And so um and so I'm grateful. First of all, let me just say I'm grateful. I'm grateful of all the places I could have landed in seeking spiritual growth and development, of all the places I could have landed, of all the people I could have landed with. The Bracy's were made for me. For the kind of person I am and for the kind of development I would need. Like they were handcrafted, apostle. So my spiritual father and mother. Hey Melva, love you, sending love to you. So good to see you, my sister. So I'm very, very grateful. But the one thing I want to talk about one thing, and maybe I'll talk about the Bracy's and all week and the blessings of the Bracy's. Maybe I call it that. Carolyn Bracy and Bobby Bracy. always will hold a special place in my heart. My development as an adult is greatly tied to them. My son, who was 38, was 18 months when we joined. I was 25, I must have been 27, 26, 27, something like that. When we joined, I'm 63. And it is still and will always be my church home. It is still and will always be. So, it's family. I mean, it's just not, anyway, let me just say what I'm talking about today. One of the greatest pieces of advice, of information that I received came from Pastor Bobby. So, I was new and getting my sea legs at the whole preaching, at the whole preaching and protocol. It was really more about protocol. And I had been asked to, I think I'd been asked to MC, and I was just a little nervous, maybe a lot of nervous. I wasn't really sure, right? And so I asked Pastor Bobby to give me some, tell me how to do it. Like, what am I supposed to do? That kind of thing. And I don't know what he said at first, or if this is all he said, but he gave me this information and it changed my life from that point forward. He said, Kathy, it's all made up. I was like, what? What do you mean it's all made up? He said, all of it's made up. The way we do weddings is made up. The way we do funerals is made up. The way we do church services is made up. The way we do MC and whatever is made up. I was like, now, it never dawned on me that it was made up. It never dawned on me that it was made up. Like, because we can be so, I'm just going to use the word indoctrinated, not in a negative way, but just in a ritualistic way. We can be so indoctrinated in the way that we do a thing that we believe that is like God ordained, like scripture, meaning scripture required or something like that. And I wasn't taught that, but I had kind of this, I was looking for the way, I guess. And when my spiritual dad said to me, it's all made up, man, he gave me a freedom he unleashed a freedom that became the fingerprint, the earmark, the iconic way in which I live, in which I show up, particularly in public form, or in lots of ways. Well, I was going to say in public forum kinds of ways. Well, it started that way, but really, it really influenced so phenomenally the freedom that I got to just be. And it was decades in the making. So the freedom that I have right now to just show up with pom-poms everywhere I go, I can track that freedom back to that piece of information, to that statement in the moment. We don't ever know, y'all, how one piece of information can affect, influence, change someone's life for the rest of their life. And so for anyone who's ever been a student of mine, they know that my way of teaching was probably very I don't know the word, but very unorthodox. And a huge part of that is because of Pastor Bobby's information that he gave me that day. Like, I literally know exactly what we were standing in the sanctuary. We were right at those pews when you first come in the door to the right, those little maybe 3-4 seats, right? Rows of pews right there. They were kind of angled. And we had just gotten out of some service. I don't know. But anyway, I asked him. I asked him, he gave me that information, and my life has been the better for it. Reverberation of freedom over and over and over again. And so I can think of many, many times of speaking, preaching, teaching, counseling, all the different ways, writing, facilitating, like what's the word? Officiating, right? Officiating, wedding, funerals, you name it. Services, different services. And just doing life. I'm free to do it on my own terms. Thank you, Pastor Bobby. Thank you, Pastor Bobby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pastor Bobby, Pastor Carolyn, let me go on the official record to say that I love you more than I can ever show or say, and that your influence in my life has been transformative. And Shiloh, the word Shiloh, the name Shiloh will forever mean life to me. Now, we ain't perfect. I'm going to always say that. I say about my mama, my birth mother. My mama wasn't perfect, but she was perfect for me. She was not perfect. She had her stuff. Shiloh ain't perfect. Shiloh had and has its stuff. Pastor Bobby and Pastor Carolyn are not perfect, but they are and were perfect for me, especially for my development as a young Black woman who didn't know that she was called to be a preacher and a teacher, and right, who didn't know that she was called in those ways, but they did. And they made, Pastor Bobby uses the phrase vent and venue. And they gave space. Thank you for the love. And they made space for it and put me on platform and said, go for it. And my life is forever blessed beyond measure. So I love them to life. I love them to life. And I'm so grateful for the freedom that I have because of who they be, who they were, who they be as humans, as leaders, as pastors, as parents, as friends. They're my friends too. As friends. Yep. That's what he told me that faithful day. And since then, I've been showing up as me in these spaces, right? In these ways. Doing what works for me. It is just like that piece of information has evolved, unfolded in my life in so many ways that I walk in such freedom and honoring what is true for me, what is true for my soul, what is true for what God is. So I'm more available to hear what God is saying to me because I'm not bound by these here rules that's made up by another man, another person, right? I'm not bound by these rules that limits us. I'm not bound by the rules because freedom was made available to me on that faithful day. And that day, that year was probably, we started church in 89. That year, maybe it was 99, maybe 10 years later. I don't know. But at any rate, and we in 26, so I don't know. 2020 to 26, 38. I don't know. I don't know how many years ago it was, but I've had a lot of years of freedom. It definitely was over 20 years ago, probably definitely over 25 years ago. So I've had a lot of freedom as a result of that information. Thank you, Pastor Bobby Bracy. Anyway, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. At the moment that God gave you your breath, me and you, we forfeited, we gave up, we relinquished the right to not be amazing. Go be amazing today. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you at the top of the hour tomorrow.